Hi Whovians, Harry here, and Doctor Who recently released a teaser trailer with the premiere date for Season 1, and this video is going to go over that teaser trailer and then going over the release date and what I think about it. But before we get into that, don't forget to subscribe, also leave a like and comment down below, and let's get into the trailer. So, the trailer starts with a shot, probably from episode 1, as they're wearing the same clothes that they were wearing at the end of the Christmas special, The Church on Ruby Road. And this scene is probably the same one or a similar one as we saw in the previous trailer. So they're using shots that match together with the previous trailer. And then as we move on, we get another shot, again, probably from episode 1, and it takes place in like the same room that we saw in the previous trailer. So again, they're matching it up, this trailer with the previous one. And then we move on from episode 1 into the 60s era episode as they're in their 60s era costumes. And then moving past that, we move back to probably episode 1 as there's some more shots taking place in that episode. And one of the shots is actually a continuing shot on from a previous shot in the previous trailer. And then moving on from that, we get to a new episode, which is probably the landmine episode, because it matches up that the Doctor is wearing similar clothes as we see in the landmine episode from the previous trailer, and also he's reacting like he has stepped on something like a landmine. And then moving past that, we go to a shot of Kate Stewart in Unit HQ, and just behind her you can see Colonel Ibrahim and Rose Noble, and all of which, of course, Kate Stewart, Unit HQ, Colonel Ibrahim, Rose Noble, they were all last seen in The Giggle, which of course was the final special of the 60th anniversary and the penultimate special of the 2023 specials. And this shot again matches up with a shot from the previous trailer where we saw the Doctor hugging Rose Noble in Unit HQ. And there must be something big going on for Unit to be involved. And then moving past that, we see the 15th Doctor looking horrified through like this glass window, and this is again probably from episode 1, and he is probably seeing like the clone babies through this glass. Yes, that is like what this episode is about. Series 1 is gonna be a weird episode, but again, it's obviously linking up with what we've seen in the previous trailer with like the clone babies. And the way that the 15th Doctor is looking like through this glass pane is similar to the way that the 4th Doctor looked through a glass pane at the Dalek mutants in the episode Genesis of the Daleks Part 2. And to close out this trailer, the Doctor and Ruby are again in their 60s era costumes. And this episode is theorised to be a musical episode, and the trailer actually closes with the Doctor winking at the camera. So this would like make sense that this was a more meta episode with the Doctor winking, and maybe make more sense that this is actually a musical episode. However, it's not the first time we've seen fourth wall breaking in Doctor Who. Most recently, in like the last episode, The Church on Ruby Road, Mrs. Flood broke the fourth wall in, of course, that episode when she was saying, never seen a TARDIS before. And also, the Doctor has broken the fourth wall before. He broke it in the episode The Feast of Stephen, where he wished everyone a happy Christmas. And the 12th Doctor broke it in the episode Before the Flood, where he was talking about the bootstrap paradox. And just before we move on to the air date, the background for the end of the teaser is the same as the background of a promo shot of the 15th Doctor, so they're obviously trying to get the marketing right, having the same background for this season 1 as they did when they showed the 15th Doctor for The Church on Ruby Road. So, of course, now we know that Doctor Who Season 1 will premiere on May the 11th. And it is going to premiere for my UK viewers on BBC iPlayer. And they did actually do a little Doctor Who short where they've put some other dates where they're going to air around the world. So that should be on screen for you now. But Season 1 is actually going to be airing simultaneously around the world. It's going to be at the same time, but it's just going to be different times because of the time zones you're in. But midnight in the UK is 7 p.m. In New York. So it's actually going to be simultaneously around the world. But of course, time zone makes it different times. However, in addition to airing on BBC One at midnight, it will also air at a primetime slot on Saturday night. And it's said it will air just before the Eurovision finals. And so it will probably be around 7 p.m. And due to this, it makes me feel like the UK has been a bit shafted, in terms of getting Doctor Who at a primetime slot. Because they say the primetime slot is Saturday night, which I theorise to be around 7 p.m. It's probably going to be around there. Other Doctor Who, stories have taken place around there. However, the, city that gets it at 7 p.m. when it airs is New York City, quite possibly America's most popular city ever. If a non-American thinks of America, New York comes to mind as one of the first cities, the first states that they think of. I know I think of New York when I think of America, if the state isn't specified. And it is getting Season 1 at 7 p.m. However, in my opinion, this should never be the case. The UK should get the prime time slot because Doctor Who is a UK show. It is a UK show. It is a British institution. Everything about Doctor Who has basically come from the UK. And yet, it already feels like Doctor Who is catering to the Disney Plus Americans because they are giving it the primetime slot on Disney Plus. Yes, okay, for the Americans, for people outside the UK, they get better slots. I think in Sydney it's airing at 9 a.m, so obviously people are going to be up at that time on Saturday. And yes, around the world it's going to be easier to watch. But Doctor Who has always been on UK television. And now we're getting it at midnight. I am a Doctor Who YouTuber, and I am not going to be staying up till midnight to watch 2 45-minute long episodes of Doctor Who. I am not. I'm going to be watching it as soon as I wake up, but I am not going to be staying up past 2 o'clock in the morning just to watch Doctor Who. No, I am not. The only reason I would be up that long is if I was going out or if it was New Year's Day, New Year's Eve and I was out. But I'm not going to stay up to watch Doctor Who, and it just feels a bit like Disney Plus and, mainly Doctor Who has just shafted the UK for a bigger audience. Now, I'm sorry if I rambled a bit there. It is great that we are getting Doctor Who, and hopefully the gap years will now get smaller and smaller as we have one new series of Doctor Who ready to air and one series being filmed at the moment. So, we are finally getting Doctor Who back. Hopefully we will not have a long gap year again. Hopefully, as soon as this series airs, we can get some spin-offs, we can have shorter gap years in between Doctor Who, and maybe more mainstream content that isn't just blocked by a load of paywalls. But that is just my thoughts. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Is this airing date good? Are you excited for the return of Doctor Who? And also, if you like this video, don't forget to leave a like, also subscribe, and share it out. I will see you in the next one.